Thank you for visiting CNC Innovations and Engineering. Here is the overview of the CENiC Wireless Ethernet system. This system requires two tools. The first tool is the CENiC C Pro Wireless Ethernet Bridge. The second is the CENiC Communications Software for Fanuc controllers. First, you'll want to start by setting up a laptop along with the CENiC C Pro by your machine. Now go ahead and plug in the CENiC C Pro's Ethernet cable and USB into the laptop. This is going to allow us to access the CENiC C Pro's internal software for configuration. Now we need the CENiC C Pro to connect to the desired local wireless network. Pull up your internet browser. Next, type in the IP address 192.168.254.254. This should bring you to the device interface. To log in, the username is admin and the password is also admin. Now click on the wizard button, then click the Wi-Fi bridge button. This will take us to the main configuration landing page of the software. First, the device will begin to find all wireless networks nearby to connect to. There are many other settings available, such as dynamic or static IP settings, network security and protocols, repeater functions, and much more. For now, all we want to do is get the CENiC C Pro connected to our wireless network. Now select the desired wireless network and click on the next button. Next, type in the password for the wireless network. Then disable both hotspots so that the device doesn't perform any repeater functions. Now click Apply. Okay, we are all done now. The CENiC C Pro has been configured to connect to the desired wireless network. The device will initially use a dynamic IP address when it's connected to the network. Further settings can be changed later. Finally, click the Reboot button to apply the new configuration. Once the CENiC C Pro begins rebooting, feel free to exit the web browser at any time. Please give the CENiC C Pro at least 1 minute before unplugging it. Okay, unplug the CENiC C Pro from the laptop. Now it's ready to be installed on the CNC controller. Today we will be installing the CENiC C Pro on a Fanuc 0i F+ controller. Place the magnetic base on the side or top of the controller. Then plug in the Ethernet cable for communications and the USB to power the CENiC C Pro. Okay, we are all done. It's that easy to set up and install the CENiC C Pro. The easy installation is what sets the CENiC C Pro apart from other networking devices. Most typically require 110 volts to power their devices, which has you either running messy extension cords or trying to wire directly into the electrical cabinet of the machine. So, we are going to fast forward through this part. All we are doing here is setting the network information, such as IP addresses, gateways, subnet masks, and FTP information. Depending on the make, model, and controller of the CNC machine, these parameters and settings may vary. The CENiC C Pro will come with proper instructions for installation, or a field service engineer could install everything for you. Everything is done on the CNC side. Now we move on to the host computer with the CENiC Communications Software. The CENiC Communications Software for Fanuc controllers is easy to set up and easy to use. First, we need to set the network settings for the CNC machine using the Configure menu. You can set up to 40 machines in this software. Again, depending on your situation, the name, IP address, and TCP port may vary. Once this is filled, click the Ethernet test button. If everything is set up correctly, you should get a success notification. Great! We are all done. Click the Save Configuration and Exit button. This will return us back to the main menu. Everything is set up. Now we can begin to use the CENiC software tools, such as CNC Explorer. Simply drag and drop programs back and forth from your PC to your CNC for complete program management. When the machine is set up through Ethernet, the send and receive functions are for transferring important files such as tool offsets, work offsets, parameters, and much more. When the machine is set up with RS-232, these will act as a DNC program transfer tool. The next available Ethernet function is the CNC server tool. This function is a FTP server tool that allows direct access to programs on your network from your CNC machine. This allows flexible access for the more advanced CNC operators. The last Ethernet function I would like to talk about is the CNC Screens tool. This tool allows remote screen viewing and manipulation. Please note that this does require a purchase Fanuc option. Depending on the make and model of your CNC machine, it might already have the option. Here you can see a live view of the CNC screen. As you click around, you can see it is actually controlling the CNC display remotely. Let's say there's a small issue with the program, but the machine is in another building. Well, no problem. We can edit that remotely. Or, how about your CNC operator comes into your office and shows you a part with a dimension that is out of tolerance? You tell them to adjust the tool offset to fix the problem. You know what? Let's see what we can do. All done. The problem is fixed and you know it was done correctly. Use this to take control of your machine by also changing the main program. Even prove out programs remotely using the machine graphing or simulation function. Our team at CNC Innovations and Engineering would like to thank you for your time. Please check out our website at cncinnovationsанdengineering.com. If you have any questions or would like a quote, feel free to send an email to info@cncinnovationsанdengineering.com or give us a call